Hello YouTube, hello Twitch. It's been some time since I've done some actual gameplay of Hearthstone on the channel. The new set literally just dropped 40 minutes ago, and I'm really excited to see what people are bringing to the table this expansion. I've looked at some of the theory crafting stuff that other people are doing. I've seen, better players than me on Twitter or X, their decks and stuff, and basically no one has had the same ideas of decks to play. Today we're going to start off with Taunt Warrior, because I think this is I think it's one of the most spooky of the archetypes. I'd probably say the OTK Druid decks are going to be maybe a little bit more popular, and maybe the aggro decks are a little bit more popular than this even. But I do have the APM to play some of those, so this one is going to be play good card, good things happen. Anyway, what is the aim of the game? The aim of the game is basically to build a wall of Zilliax and stop my opponent having fun. So we have Zilliax in Unkilliax form. He's elusive, poisonous, reborn, divine shield, taunt, lifesteal, rush. I then try and cheat this guy out early, either via chemical spill, because it's probably going to be the most expensive minion in my hand. That or Muensterosity, which are the two big taunt minions I want to keep bringing back via Hydration Station, a key component card of the deck. But we're going to try and get Zilliax for the most part, because Chemical Spill and Zilliax, it just takes the Divine Shield out. That is not too big a price to pay when this thing has Reborn and comes back again anyway. And it has Rush, so it can attack again the second time. Very, very good. Then I have even Inventor Boom to bring these Zilliaxes back to get more Zilliaxes, just to keep filling up the board. And eventually I'm hoping that Hydration Station pulls out. Actually, the ideal situation is it pulls out like 2 or 3 Zilliaxes, plus 1 Muensterosity. I have got 2 Muensterosities in there. If we get 2 of those, it's not the end of the world. The other way we can cheat it out is with the new card Tortollan Traveler, which we have access to. If you're not aware of the mechanic, the new key word of the set, or the key mechanic of the set, are tourists. And we have Hamm the Hungry on our deck, who's a warrior card that gives us Druid Tourist, and lets us put Druid cards from this set into our deck. And that is one of the new Druid cards. I've also got the new Heights card, the mana ramp for Druid, which I can now put in a warrior deck, so we can potentially get up to 16 mana crystals as well during the course of the game. And then the rest of the package is basically stuff that draws me things. So Town Crier will tutor for my Zilliaxes. I've also got stuff in like the Riff package, because Chorus Rift is good draw for this deck, and also gives minions buffs, and you want to give minions like Muensterosity a buff, so I think it all fits together pretty nicely. Then I've got All You Can Eat is 3 mana draw 3. I've only got 1 copy because I've actually not got that many tribes in my deck, so 1 copy of this is probably fine. And then everything else is just to try and live through the onslaught of aggression. Bladestorm, just in case we get a big board early that we have to deal with. I have 2 copies of Bellowing Flames as well to try and survive. A card that I didn't see a lot of people talking about. I've got Bumbling Bellhop in this deck as well, because I think I have 6 cards that cost 5 more spells that cost more than 5. Via the 2 Riffs, the 2 Spells, and the 2 Hydration Stations, so I think we could fairly reliably get those off. And then finally we have Garrosh's Gift, just in case I need a Brawl or an Execute, because we might go up singing some other big stuff. Anyway, that is the name of the game. Let's see if it's good. My big worry right now, though, is aggro decks. I think aggro decks are going to be king. I've mentioned this in my reveals. So as long as we can live through the early aggression, then I think we beat most decks out there. And honestly, I think the Druid OTK decks, I want to call it an Owl TK, which you might have Owl in that deck, to be fair. I think those decks are going to be firstly hard to play, and secondly, might not kill me if I get a big enough board. Excuse me, I don't need a mulligan overview, Firestone. Oh, I've also turned Firestone back on. By the way, I've got like the dream hand. We have Chemical Spill into Zilliax. We'll do a little Forge, just in case they have some aggression. I'm pretty certain this is going to be a mirror. But I don't think their deck will be as refined as mine is. I spent some time on this deck off camera. I don't think this is the best list, by the way, and in fact, I don't think anyone will get the best list this early. There's just too many moving parts. Anyway, we ramp into 5 now as well, so I can Chemical Spill Zilliax out next turn. And my opponent's going to cry. Right? That's how that's going to work.
Stop and smell the flowers.
Oh, we might have hit Muensterosity here as well. That would be a slight sad times, but I still think we go for it. Okay, we did hit Muensterosity. It's still not the end of the world. That was 5 mana for a 12/8. Oh, they have Black Rock and Roll in their deck. Okay, they're greedier than I am. But the Zilliax will just break down their walls. I simply don't care. Also, you're leaving the 6/4 up? Question mark. So Tortollan Traveler will pull out the other Muensterosity right now. Is that what I want? Or do I want the Riffs to get going? I think I'm happy enough to get the Riffs going. It also makes the health pools really awkward for Bladestorm. That's kind of what I was also thinking there. Oh, and this has now already been a 18-12 in stats. It's pretty good. Sanitize or Bellowing? Bellowing, okay. Well, my board is still going to be up. See, Warrior, you've gone too greedy. I've been there as well, Warrior. You want to put Black Rock and Roll in, you want to make these ginormous minions, but you have to be aware that people will play a bit more aggressive, so you have to temper yourself a little bit. And that's what this deck is. I think I've tempered it to deal with some of the early game decks. I still think the aggro decks will probably have a good advantage against me. Especially the Demon Hunter decks. I'm very scared of Demon Hunter. Well, that's a great showing off game 1. Beating the mirror always feels good. Alright, can I get rid of this deck view thing? Can I just hide it in the corner?
Hilda versus Maiev.
None can escape my fury.
So Chemical Spill is my great cheater. Dude, this is a great hand. I think we don't need all you can eat even. And to be honest with you, I don't need Verse Rift. Okay, we might have the legit same scenario happen. So, in case you're wondering, by the way, maybe I should have kept the actual, the food. It will draw out potentially Bumbling Bellhop, potentially it'll pull out Marin, potentially Muensterosity, potentially Zilliax as well. But I already had the truth for Zilliax. I also had Muensterosity in my hand. So I didn't feel like I desperately needed those cards. However, if we'd grabbed, you know, get 3 mana crystals and ramp, I'd be pretty content. By the way, do you think they would enjoy me coin Bumbling here to play a 6/6? It's a rogue. How do they deal with AoE? They do have the new Warlock spell that's only single target, but it's not a bad call for them right now. I could have also waited 2 turns to coin the Chemical Spill, but hopefully we'll draw a better 3 play. What's the other thing you can get from this, by the way? Actually, honestly, we might play this for shield block to get a draw. Wow, that was nearly lucky. Okay, never mind. They got very lucky. Alright. We play the Garrosh's Gift to get a Garrosh's Gift, basically. Not the greatest of plays, but that's my fault. I should have kept the foodie spell in my hand. What's it even called? All you can eat. I should have kept it in my hand. That was a misplay. Still, the left side of my hand looks very nice right now. Oh, it's this one. Okay. I don't particularly rate this rogue deck. We'll see, though. Holy shit. What are they doing? Well, they've lost. Yeah. Don't play that Warlock spell. That is not the Warlock spell you play. Especially against Taunt Warrior. Don't ever play that one. Unless you've somehow generated Twisting Nether. Don't do it. Okay, I've heard tell of Miracle Paladin, and I've actually built a variant of Miracle Paladin. It's probably not very good, but I have built one. So I'd like to see how good this is, because I've not seen it played even in the Theorycraft streams from the other day. So I actually don't know exactly what to expect. I've heard that it's good, but I've looked at my deck list, which I believe is fairly similar to what other people are running, and I'm not convinced by it. Nor am I particularly convinced by my hand right now.
The light dims, but we fight.
This could also be just someone playing Paladin. Like, this could be Flood or hand buff. I think it is hand buff. Okay. Bladestorm would be nice. Okay, never mind.
Stop and smell the
Let's slow down my opponent. Oh, actually, it could still be Miracle. I think Miracle might run instrument tech for the coin weapon, right? I may have done you a disservice. I think it is, because they haven't just instantly... Oh no, wait, is the Painter thing 4 mana? I always forget, man. I've not played a Paladin deck for a while. I know the magnetic thing is 3. Oh, the coin one is 3. Okay, it is hand buff. And it was 4. Okay, not ready for you yet, Boom.
love. Hi.
I haven't quite got my Zilliax yet. I toyed with ramping there. Ramp may have been the better play, but I thought draw 2 would be reasonable. I still want my Zilliax, as I said. I was hoping I would get it via that. We didn't. We could go eat something with Hamm, though. I keep forgetting Hamm is also Taunt in my deck. It's probably not a good matchup for Hamm, though. Interesting you Divine Shielded the 1-2, not the 3-3.
Stop and smell the
I just don't quite have time to play New Heights just yet. I don't think we have to play either, to be completely honest with you. We have some control cards. Just keep thinning the deck out. Keep drawing the taunt cards. We'll eventually find like a chemical spill. We'll find our bridge rifts. Or brawls. Oh, sorry. Garrosh gift for the brawl. Ah, that was the game plan. Okay. So that Bellhop will go off. If only I could deal with the 3.
I never make 2 trips. I never make 2 trips.
It's fine. We'll find Garrosh's gift eventually, and then we'll be back in the game. I could put a Desperation Hydration Station down as well.
I smell gold in them there waters.
Reporting for duty.
Zilliax as well would be fairly good. Actually, I say that. He wouldn't be good this turn. The Bridge Riffer. So the last thing I played was gain 2 armor, 2 attack. Marin, I can't play the thing that comes out of it this turn. And you've got 14, 18, 20, 21 on board, but they probably have charge in hand. So I almost certainly have to put up a wall of taunt here. I think I'm going to have to play Hydration Station, even though it's really bad right now. It'll get me my Zilliax out. Yeah, okay, we're desperate. Obviously that is not a great play, but I was going to die otherwise. Okay, we die anyway? Oh my god, I've missed Zilliax again. I've drawn every taunt minion except for the Zilliax and the Muensterosity at this point. That's pain. In fact, I've drawn all minions except for Town Crier, Muensterosity, and Zilliax. I need Garrosh's gift at this point, otherwise it is Jova.
I must move quickly.
Time to light a fire under this town.
Keep on panning.
Couldn't find it, huh? I think we're just giga-fucked then. Because I can't do anything with Marin. Bladestorm only kills the 1/1. Actually, I've had an idea.
Who could put a price on such powerful artifacts? I could.
That wasn't the idea. I was hoping to grab Steal a guy because I could steal Nemelia to attack the 7/12. Do 7 damage so it kills the 2 minions next to it, and then maybe we do something from there. 12 health to my hero doesn't really move the needle for me, but I think it's what I might have to do.
I never make 2 trips.
1, 2... Wait, no, it's 1. I've misplayed again. 14, 18... Okay. Well played. I forgot Nemelia would just trade the 2 taunts. We were just giga-fucked. To be fair, that I think was actually an unlucky game. I just drew all the top end of my deck and not the one top end card I needed, which was Zilliax. I probably would have been okay as well if it drew the fire earlier, the Bellowing Flame. But again, this is going to be the balance of this deck.
Hilda versus Cthulhu.
Right. I'm going to assume this is an OTK deck.
Your nightmare begins.
Here's a question. Is Zilliax so essential I have to keep it in my hand? It might honestly be essential. I'm going to try it. I don't think that deck either will be particularly fast early on. Well, we have the combo of Chemical Spill into Zilliax, into get a boom eventually. Coin New Heights or not Coin New Heights? If I Coin New Heights, I get to 4 mana, which doesn't move the needle for me that much, to be honest with you. Oops. Probably should have pushed the button, though. I forgot I was on 2. Whoopsie. I don't need 2 armor against an OTK deck. That's fine. -2. Where were you last game, Garrosh? Anyway, now we can do Chemical Spill next turn. It will guarantee pull out a Zilliax, which is what I want. Which means I can kill this Drake, and I'll heal back up to 30. And the Great Wall of Zilliax begins. Also worth noting, my Zilliaxes can't be targeted by swipe. I know they can do the excess damage, that's probably the way they'll do it, but they can't target one directly. And it gets very annoying when you put Divine Shield on one of them. Which is, you know, what they innately normally have. We'll just go with a Riff here. You know what? We should be an aggro deck. If it's an OTK deck, we should go as fast as we can. Make them use their swipes early. If they swipe this, fantastic. They have one fewer swipes for the Muensterosity in the future.
I found a sea urchin.
Alright. Interesting.
I found a sea
Interesting.
How define?
Okay, there's only 2 minions in their deck, so this is definitely some sort of OTK spell damage deck. What if I just eat one, though?
There's always room for dessert. Insignificant.
How will that go if I just eat your important minion? Hamm, get him. Nom 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 concierge. Delicious. There's probably another one in the deck, though. You have to kill Hamm, otherwise he's going to eat your other minion. Alright, that's going to be armor every time. Nope, not armor every time. One of each.
Your card.
Which is very interesting when you are at 9 cards in hand. Now we're forcing to use combo pieces. And they've misplayed. Okay, we win. 3-6. That's not spell damage, right? They drew a card. I'm pretty certain they drew a card. So we can actually leave that. Hamm is hungry. Ah, there's no minions in the deck anymore, so Hamm is unfortunately hungry and he's gonna starve. Like, good luck with this OTK, by the way. Like, look how much stats I've got on the board. You don't have lethal. I refuse to believe you have lethal. Oh, Zilliax is living right now. Okay, well, first things first, we have to kill the 1/1, sadly. I know it looks like a bad trade, but I can't leave spell damage up on the board. Not that it really mattered. Anyway, we rebuild the wall of Zilliax. Oh, you're going to cast all these spells off again? It'll be a shame if you draw 9 cards in, like, 2 turns. In case you're wondering, that Choose Thrice card is random when it goes off via Mister.
Slumber once more.
That's how this deck is meant to play. That's roughly the idea. You just put up this infuriating wall of minions that are just impossible to remove. Unless you have Reno. Huh. A priest. Not what I was expecting to see on this day, a priest.
And neither will you. I am always.
So priest has a pain package of his new cards. And priest goes into hunter. It might be automaton priest, because I think that could be viable. Maybe Zarimi priest as well, I think that could be still viable. Could also be someone going for control priest. I'd be intrigued to see how I match up versus the control deck. I'd assume relatively well. I've got quite a lot of value in this deck. But if it's high-landed, they might be able to Reno me at some point. Okay, it's Astral Automatons. I think as long as we get into the end game, we win. Basically, against any deck that isn't control, we should beat them as long as I can get to Muensterosity and Zilliax. Alright, the dream opening for Automaton Priest. It's not worth removing yet. Now it's worth removing. Play another one. Oh my god! Hang on a minute. They've had a outrageous opening. Just live through the next few turns, I will be fine. How was I meant to know they had both parrots in hand? Come on. And mana cheat. And again, I guess Garrosh's gift wouldn't even help me here. I think we just lose. Because even if I steal one of them, I can't kill both of them, so he just goes back on the next turn, and then kills me. I guess I could have left 9 up. And assumed they didn't have 1 damage, but I think they have another automaton in hand. By the way, that deck is part of the reason why I've got Bladestorm in this deck. Just to deal with those big boards, but I've only got 1 copy in my deck, so... I will concede right now, I thought the Riff package would be really good in this deck. I actually think it isn't that good. It's not working quite as well as I thought it would do. In theory, like, the Bridge Riff and the Chorus Riff should be so good together. But it's just not quite working. Hello, Bladestorm, by the way. Nice of you to show up. Warlock deck. I kind of want to just hold Zilliax again, but I feel like I shouldn't just hold Zilliax. I'll just hold Zilliax. It's such a key component card. It does mean my Town Crier does nothing, though, if I draw it. Right, it's Pain Warlock, sure. Okay, that has to be the play at some point. Coin Chemical Spill into Zilliax will turn the game round for me. Yeah, just push the button. I was toying with Coin Bumble there. But I think getting the Zilliax up 1 turn soon is going to be worth more than the 6/6. And I can't take the turn off for New Heights. The other reason why I want to run the Riff package as well is the potential to buff these guys. Wow, they top decked that. The perfect draw. It's fine though, because Unkiliax is on his way to ruin Pain Warlock's day. Holy shit. To be fair, Bladestorm hit's actually not that bad. I don't have a 5-cost spell though for Bumbling, unfortunately. I have to remove the damage off the board. I know it's not great. Into Chorus, into New Heights. Ramp up to 7 next turn. Doesn't really help me that much. I think we just play Chorus Riff, draw another card. I was actually hoping for one of the lower cost taunts, but if I can get to 9, that'll be another good stabilization. Why we have Brawl. I do need to hit the 50-50 on Brawl, though. Well, it's our best bet. Don't leave the 8/8 up, please. Brawl, you are a swine. Wow. 3 and 3. I did not expect to be 50-50 as this deck. To be fair, I think we've been so unlucky on some of these games. We've been unlucky. What? Alright, we'll give it one more. I will concede. We'll probably come back with a Mark II version of this deck at some point. I think I'll take the Riff package out. It's not quite working as well as I thought it would do. It's probably just better to put another all-you-can-eat in the deck, draw 3 cards with it, and don't worry about the buff on Muensterosity or the buff on Bumbling Bellhop.
I never miss my shot. I shall not take your place.
Because Verse Rift is basically a dead card in this deck, other than to recast the other Rifts. And I don't think that's a great way to play this. I don't really know what to expect from Hunter either, to be completely honest with you. I'll keep Verse Riff. Just in case I need to clear something off the board. Alright, we'll keep 2 Verse Riffs and a Hydration Station. Cool. Secret Hunter. Okay. I've not played Secret Hunter for quite some time. I assume that is Ice Trap. But it could be something like Bargain Bin as well, just a draw. I think they run Freezing Ice, Bargain Bin. I thought they ran Hidden Meaning as well. But it's been some time since I've played or played against it. Either way, I think I'm just going to jam a Chorus Riff next turn and see if it sticks or not. If it doesn't, I'm playing it on 4 anyway, right now.
I have no time for games.
So that was to play our own Bladestorm. Which probably means it's not Ice Trap. It isn't Ice Trap. It's Bargain Bin. Okay. I've got a 4-drop to play, at the very least. I feel like I should be really good in this matchup. If I can just get one big taunt minion, do I just beat that deck? I don't have to attack. They just have to grind into my minion. Hello, Zilliax.
Who could put a price on such powerful artifact? I could.
Reduce cost of cards in hand by 1. Put up a taunt. Take control of an enemy minion until the end of your turn. I'll take that. Based on my theory that a big taunt will do well. I'd also like to draw Tortollan Traveler at some point. I know I've played it in one of the games, but I don't think I've seen it in any of the other 5 games. And we won the one game we played it. A question I've got is, should I attack with the 7/8? Because normally you don't want to attack with your minions until you fill up your board. You just don't break the secret so they can't play more secrets. Which I think is the correct answer. But Griftah is such a good battle cry, it might not be the end of the world to bounce back to my hand anyway. But yeah, I think the game plan here is to not bounce it back. Also, Freezing Trap just adds... Ice Trap adds 2, right? 1 to it. So I could Amulet next turn.
There once was a man from Gilney.
Okay.
I have endured enough.
Alright, YouTube, I'm going to give you another one. Because I'm going to count that one. I broke my opponent's spirit. But I'll give you an 8th game. Normally I do 7 games. But I'll give me a chance to go 5 and 3 instead. Okay, I'm going to assume Pain Warlock again.
Your soul shall be mine.
Right, if it's Pain Warlock, we need one of our early game cards. I'm going to keep Chemical Spill though, because it's such an insane card in this deck, that if I can get to 5 and get a Muensterosity or Zilliax cheated, I think we just win. Hello, Muensterosity. Hello, Execute and or Brawl. Okay, this is possibly a bit better than the last game. And Bellhop will also go off in 3. Okay, it's Pain. So I think we coin New Heights, because that will take me to... Wait, if I coin New Heights, next turn goes to 4. That doesn't actually help me that much. Right? Rather than just one... Well, I guess it does. Alright, screw it, I'm doing it. There's a world where I don't play Bumbling and I play my 4-drop. There's only one 4-drop in the deck though, it's just Griftah. I noticed that when I was building this. But now I can Bumbling into Chemical Spell at the very worst. Great time to draw Zilliax. And hope they don't have Barrel Brim this time. Holy shit, it's deja vu. They top decked trolley. Well, they didn't top deck it this time, but they got trolley problem. Well, time for a chemical spell. Oh, I say it's time for a chemical spell. Town Crier. Town Crier gets me Zilliax, which means that, oh no, it's not a guaranteed chance. No, we just go for it. Because I could still hit Muensterosity next turn, even if I wait. Try and slow him down. It's 50-50 if you hit the taunt. They hit the taunt.
Who could put a price on such powerful artifact? I could.
Restore 12 deals 6. Deal 6 removes 5 off the board, but it makes the trade really awkward. Well, I say it makes it awkward. They'll just... They'll just use the sludge. No, I'll play Town Crier. Okay. I mean, they'll get the phony thing anyway, I guess, is the other answer to that. Just tread water for a while. I was going to say you can't target me with that. That's the phony version. Holy shit, Pain Warlock is so strong. So that's not going to go off, which is a real shame. 5 armor, draw a card. Does that move the needle for me? Takes me to 13. 6, 8, 10. They have 14 that I know of. That takes 2 off the board. If I do the 2-5. Six, 8. Or do I just hit the 3 with it instead? I don't have time to forge it. 5, 7. Leaves me on 6. Yeah, I deal with the 3-2, I think, not the 2-5. It looks stupid, but I think I need to save that 1 damage. Well, that's bad for Zilliax reasons. I'm only going to get 1 swing with Zilliax. Well, that's not that useful.
Stop and smell the flower.
I never make you trip.
I think I'm still alive though, right? I guess they can remove 1 from play. Hang on a minute. If they remove the 5, trade the 3. Oh no, they have lethal. They might not have lethal the way they're doing this, but they have lethal. No, they still do. Alright, Pain Warlock is actually insane right now. I'll come back with this deck on another day. I'll take the Riff package out. It's not working. It's not fast enough for modern Hearthstone, which is actually kind of crazy because when Festival of Legends came out, the Riff package was seen as pretty strong. I mean, I think it got buffed as well, but it wasn't seen as, like, completely terrible from what I remember. Actually, now that I think about it, I think it was at first. And then they buffed it, and then people said it was pretty good, but it's just not worked the way I wanted it to buff the two guys that I want to get buffed. Anyway, for YouTube, that's going to do it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, why not leave a like, comment, subscribe? Everyone helps me out, and I'll see you next time. Bye!